Imaginary. Okay. A woman returns to her childhood home to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is real and unhappy that she abandoned him. This was a movie star. This was a Blumhouse and Lionsgate's movie. It just came out a couple of days ago, rated PG-13. It was on like a $10 million budget, directed by Jeff Wadlow. I'm not even gonna put this front. I'm not gonna even try to hide it. I did not enjoy this movie, and I should have known that I wasn't gonna enjoy it because the director of this movie was the same director of Hide and Seek. Not was it Truth or Dare? Not Hide and Seek. Truth or Dare. And I didn't enjoy Truth or Dare that much either. Before we get started, hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know what you guys think of all, at all times. Tell us what you want us to react to, and let's just get right into it.
I did enjoy it. I don't think it was a terrifying movie. It's not going to give you nightmares. You're probably not even going to jump, but it was an entertaining watch. And it's kind of reminded me like of the swimming pool movie where you think like there's not too much you can do with a pool.
Uh huh.
So I was kind of thinking, whatever, how is something imaginary going? Like, how are they going to play this? I mean, they could only take that and I mean, I guess you could take it in a lot of different directions, but I was interested to see what direction they were going to go with how this imaginary entity um, is, the antagonist of the movie. And what they did, it entertained me. I liked the storyline. There was a little bit of a plot twist in it. It had you know, the imaginary friend is now this little girl's, but it used to be the woman's imaginary friend when she was little, but she completely, suppressed that memory. So it was a good watch for me. I liked it. But again, like I said, not a scary movie. It is rated PG-13, and it's not like gonna go down in history, but I enjoyed it.
What about you, Ben? What did you think about it? The whole imaginary.
Well, I'm not a horror fan of
Mm.
movies, but I will say this really wasn't like a scary. I mean, I guess to some people it might be. I didn't find it to be like super scary or anything like that. Um, it wasn't like because really for me the horror movies that I hate are the ones that I consider more gore. I'm not into those, and this really wasn't that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I felt like some of the casting was weird with the ages. Like it was a little fake. Um,
That's what I. That's
the
that.
dad to me didn't seem like he is anywhere near
Oh,
old enough. Looks anywhere near old enough to have like a 16 or 17 year old, however, a teenager.
That's because he moisturized. He
And
had great
the
skin.
guy who's playing the old man dad
Yeah.
looked like a 30-year-old that they attempted to put some gray beards on
yeah,
and
I
give him
noticed
some
all of that too
wrinkles,
when I
and
was
I'm
watching
like,
it.
huh?
I noticed all of that too in my head. I didn't say it out loud, but I thought about that too.
I felt like there was a lot of missed opportunities. Like if they could have did this where it could have been like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of a thing or a Pennywise thing where the whole neighborhood, all the kids around were terrorized by these imaginary
Yeah.
friends. They could have gone in that direction, but everything was only focused on the family, which was fine. It's just that the choices that they made within it. I mean, every you guys, both of you guys were saying the same things about how it was fine, it's this and that and the other and stuff, but it was a horror movie that wasn't scary. I mean, I just wasn't. I
I
didn't
see they
jump or.
tried to pay a little, I guess, homage to
Yeah, we're fancy here. We say homage.
Poltergeist at the end, where like a similarity where they went into the hotel and then caught a glimpse of a kid with a teddy bear and were like, nah, we're going somewhere else.
Can I do a spoiler?
Go
It's a
ahead.
big
I
spoiler.
really doubt anybody's gonna see this movie.
It's a big spoiler. So if you are gonna watch it, don't listen. But was when we realized that nobody could see the bear except for us and her.
Yeah, that the bear was also
It was
imaginary.
actually imaginary.
Yeah, which I mean, like, and which made me feel like there was so many missed opportunities where everything was. I don't know the all the what was I saying yesterday? All
No, I
the
thought the voice throwing the voice with the therapist was really creepy. I enjoyed that part where the bear was talking and
Yeah, she was
then
like, is
the
she a
girl
ventriloquist now?
turned right.
Yeah, it's just that it has so many elements to be creepier than it was, and I just feel like it missed the mark. It was kind of all over the place, like being in a situation where maybe other kids were getting killed or a lot of people were getting hurt, and maybe like if it would have been one of those tropey horror movies where it's like a lot of crazy stuff is happening to people all over the neighborhood, and it only started when you guys moved in, and it's like the whole neighborhood's blaming this little girl or blaming this family type of thing. I was thinking like they could have gone in that direction. It could have gone into a Nightmare on Elm Street Pennywise direction where a bunch of people are getting hurt and they, in the whole neighborhood, everybody's just trying to figure it out, and only the mom who went through it when she was a kid could figure it out. But it was all these convenient explanations that just kept coming out of nowhere. The neighbor that stayed out of these, I used to babysit you. The therapist, oh, I've dealt with this shit before. What then call the priest? You know what's going on. Do something. Like all she did, well, that therapist was like, oh, I've seen this before, and then she just leaves.
I didn't expect to go watch an elevated horror movie with this movie. I knew I had a feeling it's from the same people from Five Nights at Freddy's. I knew it was going to be a little bit cheesy.
I didn't watch that.
But I enjoyed I didn't. Okay, I'll give you that. I thought it was going to be cheesy like that, like Five Nights at Freddy's. But I still felt like the way they did the horror parts of Five Nights at Freddy's. There's things about Five Nights at Freddy's that I didn't like. The cop that was in there, that was some acting in it that I didn't buy. But the dynamic between the father and his daughter, that was done better in that movie than the dynamic between everything was going on. I don't know. It's just all those. Maybe because I'm a stepdad. Maybe I'm sensitive about it. I don't know. I felt like I wouldn't deal with that shit, and because of the fact that maybe I'm putting too much of myself into that. I'm like, you're a black woman. You better you better tell that girl to shut the fuck up.
But she was outnumbered. Maybe she was trying to, I don't know, not get, I don't know. I don't, she had a white family, so maybe she didn't want to handle it the same way she would. I don't know.
You think she was afraid of getting canceled? I don't. You know what? To be fair, I don't think the character.
And in a white neighborhood too, she probably could have gotten in trouble for like abuse.
Yeah, the neighbor was watching. But you know what? I think this was one of those movies where it wasn't written with a race in mind. I think they just wrote the movie and then she just won the part. And I think that's.
She did really good, and that actress is absolutely
I
beautiful.
I didn't have a problem with her. I thought she was good.
Yeah.
It's just that everything around
and I
her.
thought the little girl was good. The little girl.
I thought the little girl was good at
I loved her.
At moments. What did you say, Tom?
She was a little corny. She was
corny. Yes. I like when she was in the therapy session, crying and screaming, and that's the reason why they put that scene in the trailer, because she was giving some good moments right there. But every other thing, the attitude that she was kind of giving that creepy the boyfriend thing, like, it's just other moments. I just wasn't buying it. But I was like, the dad was useless. I mean, the fact that they wrote him out halfway through the movie, I'm like, it was useless. So I don't know. I don't know.
Of course, and then also I'm at the end of the movie going, how did they get keys to the house? She was like, let the house burn to the ground. Bye. How did we go anywhere? Where's our wallet? Where's our ID to get a hotel room? I wouldn't. If everything just burned up.
What movie? Okay, so before we call it, that's a good question. What movie tropes or like movie rules did you notice, Tyler, that were being broken, or that you'd have been like, nah, Well, like, what was that moment for you in the movie where you're like, nah, fuck that, I wouldn't have done that?
I don't know. I really can't think of any.
Oh, I know. Marrying a guy with 2 kids.
I don't know. Many.
She's like, yeah.
Many times I was like, why do we keep going into this fucking basement?
Here.
Oh yeah, Joy says the number of times that they kept going into the basement. As a black woman, that's no way in the world she'd have did that shit.
I'm white, and I'm like, I'm not going down there.
Tyler would have been like, let's investigate. Chuck, come on, Chuck, tell the truth. Well, did you buy that the black woman the black woman's way she dealt with all that attitude from them kids?
Oh no. Then somebody would have got knocked out.
Exactly.
I'm just going off of overall enjoyment that I felt in the movie.
Well, you like seeing little kids run for their lives, so I guess that's
Too.
it.
Yeah.
That's
My
it.
favorite part was when one of the girls were like talking shit to their stepmom, and the lady next door who's child free, she was like, "Oh hell no," and I was like, "You
Yeah.
did
Oh, yeah.
it."
Okay. So that was the moment where I felt like it could have gone very creepy when the next door neighbor chastised the little girl
She was all
out
like,
of
yeah.
nowhere, like while the adults are talking.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
right.
is she the murderer? I like maybe the imaginary thing isn't real and the neighbor is the. They could have gone in that direction. That the neighbor was the one doing all this weird stuff. They had so many opportunities to make this even better, but they decided to just go. I'm mad because they gave us exactly what they advertised, and they didn't do it They didn't do it right.
As I'm saying, I wasn't disappointed because I really expected it to be what it was.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. You expect? I expected a twist, but I was disappointed. Oh man, they gave us exactly what they said they were going to give us. I don't like that.